Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Hi, nice to see you. Thanks very much for your time.
No problem. You've been playing for quite a while now then, Archie, yeah?
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff have you been playing on Yousician?
Mostly some of the high level stuff.
Wow, it's pretty impressive. So have you come across some challenging things or things that you're struggling with?
Well, some of them are getting my finger speed fast enough.
Is that one of the main things that you feel like you could maybe have a little bit of help with?
Yeah.
Good. On the ukulele, are you mostly just using your thumb?
Yeah.
Do you sometimes
You use the pick as well, Rob, for strumming?
I use the pick for my guitar a bit. It's
Right,
faster getting up and down than doing this.
Yes. Yes, that's right. And if you were to use like a couple of different fingers, like say your first and your second finger, like your index and your middle finger, and walk back and forth between those, like your finger picking on the one string, how does that feel to you?
Doesn't feel as easy as picking with my thumb.
Okay, all right. Once you work on that, yeah, that's right. Good. And you do one then the other, like you're walking between your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you work on that, that can be a really good way of building up speed when you're on one string as well. Because if you think about it, if all you've got is just plucking down with your thumb, then there's kind of a limit to how fast you can go. And if you've got two fingers working, then you can normally go about twice as fast as you could with your thumb by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're not used to that, then it's going to feel slower at first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, let's have a look at some of the ways that you can try to build speed there. Okay. So that was the first bit that you were playing for me just before, right? Yeah. And it's the next bit that's the tricky bit. If you were to use your thumb on this string and use a finger on this string, that might be faster. This is the type of technique, using a couple of different fingers across different strings, where you're going to be able to speed up. Good. Yeah, already you're doing that beautifully. Good. Okay, so do you feel like you understand what to move on with speed?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Now, did you have some other questions as well? Some other things you'd like to be able to do?
Well, the writing songs thing, we're doing it on guitar a bit too.
Archie was starting to look at I think it was one of the blues songs, wasn't it? You were trying to look at a little blues solo to drop into the middle of one of those.
I mean, you've got all the techniques already there, which is fantastic. Have you already learned maybe some scales or something like that? Is that what you're using
I've learned
to play some of those licks?
Scales on the guitar.
So if you started on the top string on your uke there, and you went O2, good. And then on the next string you go O2 as well, good. And then on the next string you go O3. Good. And on the next string, you also go O3. Good. So let's say we want to make a bit of a melody that finishes on that note. So what I did, we've got O2, O2, O3, O3. Good. That's right. And the point is there to finish on that note. And it will sound really nice. Good. That's it. That's good. What you're doing is you're using some notes from a scale, right?
Yeah.
And doing some things like knowing the good notes to bend. That makes a huge difference, right? Knowing what notes to end on. You go. Good. Beautiful. That's exactly the idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Great. Right. Do you feel like you understand how to use all of that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, were there any other questions that you had?
What about your right hand, your strumming, Archie? Are you happy with how that's going? Like, because what do? You generally just use the pad of your thumb, do you?
use that, or I can use
You're doing, the strumming looks really good, right? But there's a little thing that we could tweak a little bit. What I'm going to suggest you try doing is, you can do this with any song. Any song you would want to tap your foot to. Okay? So if you hear a song and it's going, right? Then you feel this.
That's what I was tapping my foot to.
Good. Perfect. Exactly. Try strumming down with muted strings just like that for me. So just keep that going. Try it for me. Good. That's it. Just downs for a bit. Good. Now, here's what you want to do. Do that with as many songs as you can. Get used to just moving that arm so it never stops.
It sounds like a train.
It does.
Yeah, that very regular
Yes.
beat. Yeah.
So that would really take you to the next level of strumming there, I think, right? Is really practice those down strums and then be able to add ups whenever you want in between. And there's no right or wrong way of, you know, when should I add ups? It doesn't matter. You just do it by ear. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now, this can be surprisingly tricky. You might find yourself getting lost. And if you do get lost, just stop, have a listen to the song, tap your foot, and then start again with those down strums.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, look, thanks heaps for your time. It's been a lot of fun. I hope that you've learnt some useful things, and I'm looking forward to, you know, seeing how you go with things. And I hope you continue to enjoy playing with Yousician as well. That's great. Really good to see.
Thank you so much, James. You're fantastic. It's a lovely lesson for Archie, and I think, yeah.
Thanks heaps.
Thank you so much, James.
I'll speak to you soon. See you guys.